off in mind.
Maiyegun don come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh.
Maiyegun don come,
My people make you shout.
Maiyegun don come,
Maiyegun don come, man of the masses.
Maiyegun don come,
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun don come,
This man not dey off in mind.
Maiyegun don come,
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and thank you so much for joining me. Before I go deeper into tonight's broadcast conversation, I want to use this moment to say thank you to every one of you who has kept faith with Maiyegun on this journey of self-education and group or community awareness on what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. We have people with different, views, opinions about what is going on and what they believe should be the solution. But on Maiyegun's diary Politico, it is the melting pot for all of these diverse opinions, views, and all of that. Everyone seems to have found a solace on Maiyegun's diary, where we dish it out and let you decide. To my premium subscribers, let me tell you something. If you're watching me right now, on Maiyegun's diary Politico, I have all of you, my 36,000 base subscribers. It doesn't mean that everyone on Maiyegun's diary likes Maiyegun, but they kind of like the content because they are premium content, However, I have premium subscribers who would not have to worry about adverts or Maiyegun's diary videos. I have silver members. I've got gold members. Man, you should beat your chest. I am so proud to be called your favorite Maiyegun. All right. So I've got silver members. I've got gold members. I've got platinum members. I've got premium members. And I also have diamond members. These are premium YouTubers. YouTuber subscribers through Maiyegun's diary Politico who are giving their support. I've had them for months now. To every one of you, if you are watching me right now, I am personally grateful for that confidence and that support. And I never take them for granted. People are asking, why him? I don't know. Ask my friends who thought and believe that Maiyegun deserves every support. There are my friends who are actually pretty much going further, supporting every good thing Maiyegun supports. They extend hand of fellowship, reach out to people who need the support whenever Maiyegun calls. That is the community on Maiyegun's diary Politico. Something is going to happen first, before the end of this month. And from beginning of May, I told you about the money transfer company that approached Maiyegun's diary Politico. They know you, they watch. They are here, possibly watching us right now, right? So they know that we are a community, and therefore they are bringing in their business. For us, it's something we use all the time anyway. We all send money home, don't we? Many of us. The better way, which many of you probably will be aware of, they are building a promo code for Maiyegun's diary Politico, where you can use Politico as a promo code to get yourself some discount whenever you send money to any of your relatives in Nigeria, wherever you are. I'm going to tell you more. This is coming up before the end of the month or first week next month. I decided to use this opportunity to tell you that it's a good news. We are being supported. That means we are going places. We're going to build formidable platform that no money can buy. When they steal their dirty money in Nigeria, looking for platforms, looking for social media influencers here and there to help them launder their image, to make them look like angels, saints, and all of that. When they bring their blood money, when they bring their dirty money from Nigeria, count your favorite, Maiyegun's diary. Never to fall into that category of those they will approach. You know why? You built a platform with me, an independent platform that people are trying to compare with others, but they still don't know how. How is he doing it? I don't know. I just do things and then this seems to make sense. So thank you to every one of you. We are not in the category of the platform that is buyable. That alone should build your confidence in everything. You know why? Because we always lay it bare on Maiyegun's diary Politico. Thank you. We are doing well and we don't hold them any explanation. Why are you talking dirty about these politicians all the time? Can't you just try and criticize somehow? They want to tell us how to talk about the criminals. And you know why we will never be in any way in their book of those they will tell how to talk? Because we are independent. I am Maiyegun and I have a lot of friends. You may not know all my friends, but they are watching me. They are here right now. I have a lot. And that is what makes me different. And it's up to you if you take that in or not. Thank you. They said tell your story so that they don't help you tell your story. You know, when you let them help you tell your story, then they will begin to say, I remember, I know him. I remember 10 years ago. I remember you and your 10 years or 5 years ago, you were born. Because those who are making the history, who are building this, they are here. And thank you to every one of you. I wish I could mention your name one by one. You know what I'm talking about. Masari, Were Masari from Katsina, the governor of Katsina State, among other lunatics who are presently in charge of Nigeria. It is now very much evident that Nigeria of old, that Nigeria that has been hijacked for so long from every one of you, until those who realized that except they push back, they are done for. That Nigeria of old is gone. The Nigeria you have right now is now the Afghanistan you have been reading about. Yes, you have been reading about cutting off heads, bombing, suicide vests and all of that, kidnapping and all of that. There used to be things in the news. But finally, they have brought it home. Those who brought it home, they are telling us, apart from every other horrible things they have done, they are telling us that they are just tolerating us. They're just tolerating you. And that came from the mouth of a man who is currently the governor of Katsina State. I'll tell you a bit about Katsina State so that you understand where all of this is coming from. Katsina State is is where Bukwari comes from. The president of Nigeria, which happens to be the Muhammadu Bukwari, from Daura from Katsina State. In 6 years of their son being the #1 man in Nigeria, 6 years has turned around the entire fortune of the state for the worse. Kidnapping, banditry, and so many other manners of criminality they have escalated in that part, and it became so worse that even Bukwari is running away from his home. Today in Katsina State, people of Katsina State who have become refugees in Cameroon, because Katsina State, as much as it shares borders with Niger Republic, it also shares borders with Northern Cameroon, whereby those who were running away from the bandits from Katsina State, including Daura, where Bukwari comes from, it got so bad. These terrorists even kidnapped the head of Daura, who happen to be in Yoruba part, we will call them the Baales, the head of the Daura community. He was kidnapped. That man is not just the head of Daura, he is also the in-law to Boko Haram. Now, the context, the context I'm trying to paint, the picture I'm trying to paint here is this, right? Boko Haram came from a part where his own people are refugees in Cameroon as we speak, in their tens of thousands, right? The governor of the state, Bello Masari, who happened to be the former speaker of Nigeria, Bello Masari, happened to be, before now, he was the one who even started the public admittance of them paying terrorists called repentant bandits. It was Masari. Bello Masari did so well to protect terrorists, and he abandoned the real citizens who are victims of the terrorism. Bello Masari traveled kilometers into the thick forest to go and meet gun-wielding, blood-sucking terrorists, and he negotiated with them. He paid them. He was the first person to publicly admit that, yes, we paid them 500 million naira. And it was in that state that they told the military, police, everybody, never to arrest any of those bandits. And if they are arrested, they should hand them over to government. They will know what to do. Bello Masari paid 500 million naira to bandits, right? And in exchange for that, the terrorists, they released 1,270 something victims in their captivity. Government and terrorists, military, DSS, police, they were those who escorted the state governor to go and meet the terrorists. And when they met them, they knew that thousands of their people are in the captivities of these terrorists. But he didn't go there to prosecute them. He didn't go there to ask them why they are doing what they are doing. He went there to placate them under this Boko Haram. Now, he paid them 500 million. They released 1,270 something people, right? They kept the rest. Somehow, we don't know what happened. The kidnappings continued because these guys have collected money. These are guys who are supposed to be pastorists, right? The others. That was the initial deceit they brought. They said those who are kidnapping people, those who are killing people, those who are raping women, kidnapping children, selling them off as slaves. In Nigeria, they were those who were disgruntled because they needed place to graze their cows. That was the primary thing they brought. Now, after paying them money, he said, well, they are talking to them and the boys are responding. And they have even, for peace to reign, they have released their captives. No arrest, no prosecution. Few days after that, kidnapping in Katsina escalated. I am giving you the story of 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. It escalated. More people were kidnapped. In that same Katsina state, they went on to kidnap Kankara boys. Over 600 children, school children, were reportedly kidnapped in Kankara. When they went to Kankara to kidnap the school children, it was the day Boko Haram was returning to Daura, which means all of the security, federal security, blah, 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 they were in Katsina state to welcome the president. That same day, the terrorists kidnapped over 600 school children. Nobody discovered them. They moved the children from Katsina in Kankara. They moved them down to Niger State. Now, if you are from the southern Nigeria, let me give you the idea of the journey, okay? Moving 600 human beings, including those who kidnapped them, let's say 800 or 700, right? And they were not discovered or detected. Now, it's like moving from, let's say, trekking from Ibadan. No, that would be one state. Trekking from Ibadan to Edo. Do you understand that now? trekking in the forest from Ibadan to Edo to Benin. That's the comparative journey. Moving almost 800 human beings on foot. And nobody discovered them. The day the president arrived in his own state, you know the story. That's not just all. They went on. They kidnapped in Kankara. They kidnapped in Kajuru. They kidnapped more and more when people pay more ransom to them. Who started it? Before Sheikh Gumi came to the picture, it was from Katsina. When they asked this criminal, do you know what he said? In his own words. Let me share that with you. In his own word, though, they were asking him about all that is going on. Listen to this.
Let's talk about the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Some people say the approval rating of the government of the day has dropped, and they will cite issues of insecurity, unemployment, inflation, and even the worsening poverty.
Do we have an election?
Sir?
Do we have an election?
No, not yet.
Anybody who will say the approval rating of a particular political party has gone down can only be tested during election. And from what we have seen in revalidation and the registration of new members, I think you are getting it wrong.
But there have been protests, discontent.
This is democracy. This is democracy. Even the best democracy in the world, people protest.
So that means the president has not lost the confidence of the people.
Are you talking for yourself?
No, I'm asking a question on behalf of a group of Nigerians
who asked you to ask this question?
No.
I don't believe them. I'm not part of them.
Okay. Only because you're governor of Katsina State and a member of the APC.
Yes, and I think APC is strong. It's still the strongest party, and it's still the most reliable, dependable party in Nigeria today. I don't think Buhari has failed us. No, I think he has tolerated us. And you know, we had a president, even though a civilian president, who couldn't take all this rubbish that some people are doing. But he is taking everything.
That is the mentality. Buhari is actually tolerating many of you. All your complaint, all your noise, all everything. If Buhari should have his way, maybe we'll just be gunning everybody down on the street. Because all of these things are just rubbish to him. That people are being kidnapped and terrorists are being paid. Terrorists are being compensated by the same people who promised protection. So talking about it is actually like talking about rubbish. Have you heard from them on Easter pandemic? Have you? They don't give a damn. They have what they wanted. A jihadist government that is in bed with terrorists. And let me tell you something. It doesn't matter which side you belong to. It is the truth. Nigerian government is the one, and those who are in that government are those behind terrorism in Nigeria. Let me tell you one other thing before I play you this next video, because the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching and following. Yes, they might be able to say they are untouchable now, but do you know what we are doing? We are keeping record of all of their atrocities, and we are putting names and faces behind those atrocities. There will be a time that there will be no more Nigeria to protect them. There will be no more of this power and guns that they are wielding today. All the protections they are giving to terrorist apologists in that government in Nigeria today, and those who are keeping quiet. What we are doing now is that we are establishing those crimes. We are putting names behind them. We have people to be held responsible. We are going to hold responsible for all of the crime. The whole world is watching. They will not run away. They will not get away. It doesn't matter how long they hold on to this, okay? There are a few clips I'm going to share with you, but here is a particular one that captured the conversation about the killings of especially of the Fulani terrorists who are now protected by this government from prosecution. They have immunity. from arrest and prosecution. They can kill and get away with it. They are not just doing this in northern Nigeria. They are doing it in the Middle Belt. They have done it. They have done it in Middle Belt, still doing it. They are doing it in the southeastern Nigeria. They are doing it in Niger Delta part of Nigeria. They are doing it in Oduduwa Republic, a part of Nigeria. They are doing it everywhere. And those who are supposed to curb them, those who are supposed to build trust, those who are supposed to rebuild confidence, they are the people who are behind all of the attacks. It doesn't matter where you belong to, okay? They will be arrested, they will be prosecuted, and maybe if they die, they might escape justice by that. But that too won't make their name escape justice. Here is a conversation in the Department of State in America where this issue is actually being discussed. In Nigeria, it's a different ball game. Watch this clip. I will be back.
I'd like to congratulate the US State Department for designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern under the International Religious Freedom Act. And it's also encouraging the International Criminal Court has called for an inquiry into war crimes and crimes against humanity in Nigeria. These are much needed recognitions of the horrific situation with terror, thousands of killings, abductions, atrocities, loss of loved ones, homes and livelihoods on a massive scale, as we've heard, in the northern states, Central Belt, and is now moving further south. As CEO of Humanitarian Aid Relief Trust, I've had the painful privilege of visiting many times some of the worst affected areas and have heard directly from survivors of attacks. They have shared with immense bravery and with tears their personal tragedies. As pictures speak louder than words and stay long after many words disappear, I wish to invite you to spend just a few minutes traveling with me to meet one or two of the people and see examples of the destruction inflicted on their communities. So I'd love to show a brief PowerPoint, if I may, and thank very much the competence of the staff here. The theory is Nigeria, Unfolding Genocide. That is the title of the all-party parliamentary group on Nigeria, which was published earlier this year. Next slide, please. Just examples of the tragic statistics. Since 2020, Boko Haram killed 43,000. Islamist Fulani killed 19,000. So that should be 2015, I'm sorry. Since June 2015, 12,000 Christians have been killed, 2,000 churches burnt. January to June this year, in southern Kaduna, 300 Christians have been massacred, and many more since then. And May this year, 350 Igbo villages occupied by Fulani herders and Shuwa Arab mercenaries. And the figures have increased enormously since then, including in recent weeks, as we've already heard. Next slide, please. Just to meet some of the people and see the situations. This is a church in Kaduna State, and I'm afraid it could be an example of so many churches destroyed. This was a town in Kaduna State where there were 3 churches, the Roman Catholic Church, the Anglican and Ekwa. They were all destroyed like this. Next slide, please. And this is a village on Central Belt, and 4 villages have been attacked. You see the destruction behind. Many had to flee, but those who couldn't flee were left there. This is a pastor who stayed back to look after the ones who couldn't flee, but they were living in perpetual danger. Next slide, please. And in the same village, the pastor was killed in his own home. This is the remains of his home, and it makes one feel extremely humble standing in the home of someone who's recently died for their faith, as so many thousands have in Nigeria. Next slide, please. And this is an example of a typical destruction of a village or a small town, everything destroyed, homes, shops, nothing left. Next slide, please. And this is an example of the kind of atrocities perpetrated over and above the massacres and the killings. This young lady, Veronica, she tried to run away when her village was attacked by the Fulani. She ran with her 6-year-old daughter, but they ran into a group of Islamist Fulani who were surrounding the village. They surrounded her and her daughter. They slashed her on the neck and shoulder with a machete. I've seen the scars. And then they said, your daughter would love to suck her mother's finger. So as you see, they amputated her forefinger and she passed out. And when she came round, her little 6-year-old daughter was lying dead next to her with her mother's finger stuck into her mouth. This is, you can't put this down to climate change. These are atrocities with an intent to perpetrate terror. Next slide, please. and just hugging. What else can you do in situations like that? Next slide, please. And this is a mass grave in another village. All the men in the village who were caught were slaughtered, and we're just paying our tribute at the mass grave together with the bishop of that particular part of Kaduna State. Next slide, please. And drawing to an end, this is a statement from Archbishop Ben Kwashi, the Archbishop in Plateau State, based in Jos. He says, if we have a faith worth living for, it's a faith worth dying for. Don't you, that's us, compromise the faith that they are living and dying for. They are living and dying for their faith. There's concerns with UK government, with questions, debates, evidence through inquiries, and recently by the publication of a report which reference has already been made by the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Freedom of Religion and Belief, and it was entitled, saw earlier, Nigeria Unfolding Genocide, ? That report records thousands of civilians who've been killed in attacks led by Islamist Fulani militia and periodic retaliatory violence. And if I may, I'd like to submit that for the record, as well as the report of our most recent visit. So drawing to a conclusion, to date, UK government's response has been woefully inadequate, I'm sorry to say. Even as militant groups such as Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa Province sweep across the Sahel, imposing their radical ideologies with violence on those who refuse to comply, and that includes Muslims as well as Christians. UK government appears to underplay the scale of the massacres. They put it down to climate change or desertification. Well, they may be factors, but they refuse to acknowledge that a possible genocide may be occurring. And the Nigerian government also has been seriously remiss in protecting its civilians and bringing perpetrators of killings to account, as we have already heard. So I conclude saying that at present, the reports of killings and abductions continue, as we again already heard, just in the last few days. But the two initiatives by the United States and the International Criminal Court may bring perpetrators of genocidal activities to account and bring, at long last, some light for the people of Nigeria at the end of a very long tunnel of suffering and potential genocide. Thank you for letting me share the pain and the passion.
Thank you so very much, Baroness Cox, for your lifelong leadership, but for your great work in Nigeria. It benefits this commission tremendously, and your full statement and materials will be made a part of the record to share with members of both the House and the Senate. So thank you so very, very much for that. We do have Father Clement Epior on the line. The bishop was pulled away. He hopefully may come back, but we do have Father Clement who will now speak on behalf of the bishop. Thank you.
So it's been discussed. What we are doing more is to put names and faces behind those crimes, those who are encouraging it, those who are shielding the perpetrators from prosecution and arrest, right? So there have been so many international petitions against so many of these criminals in Nigeria who are in charge, and they believe they have conquered a territory and they can kill and get away with it. No, they won't get away with it. Forget it. Forget about their elections rant. Forget about all the bragging. Forget about the, oh, we will do whatever we like. Yes, they can try to do whatever they like, but they will also pay in full, the consequences of what they have done. Patan Tami is a pandemic, became a minister on purpose under Bukwari. This is a man who publicly said he respected and he believed in the teachings of the terrorists, the Taliban, the Al-Qaedas. Now you have the Islamic State of West Africa in Nigeria. It is now the headquarters of the ISIS, the ISWAP, in West Africa, because terrorists are in charge. And you know what they are telling themselves? Come to Nigeria. Come on, everybody should come. You are welcome, You know, it is now the breeding ground for the world terrorism. Nigeria is no longer the transit for terrorists. It is now the breeding ground. You will not be prosecuted. If the government arrests you, they are going to free you. They are even going to pay you. What do you want? What else do you want? Come on, let's go. And the people who encourage that are now in government. Are you with me? And people are saying, it's just that time. Maybe he has changed. What if he has changed? Now that he has realized that they are fooling you if you have bought into that lie. Okay? Do you know that there is something called, watch this on your screen. Do you know there's something called Ashiga Agiara? Ashiga Agiara, I don't know if I pronounce it right, okay? But you see it on your screen, Abi. A Hausa term that means to participate in governance and correct it until you get enough power to dismantle the entire system and replace it with Sharia law. Look at all of the antecedents. Ayatollah Khamenei of Iran. Have you heard about the revolution that brought them to power? Have you heard how they changed Iran? Nigeria is going to be their Iran, but it's going to be worse than Iran. Probably Afghanistan or something even worse. God forbid you make Oduduwa Republic still be part of Nigeria when Nigeria turned to Somalia. God forbid. It is their plan. Gain access into government. Okay? Once you gain access into government, right? Participate in it. Correct it. Try to change few things, until you get enough power to dismantle the entire system. What are they telling us now? Sharia is more powerful than the Constitution of Nigeria. Do you know that? Quran is more powerful. And they call us infidels if you don't believe that. They call us unbelievers, infidels, because we are not believing in what they believe in. I don't believe in Quran now. I don't believe in the Bible, but I respect those who do. Why can't they respect me for whatever I believe in? Why should I be punished and be called an infidel? Do you know what Isa Pandemic said when he was asked about the people? Boko Haram says Western education is a sin. Therefore, book is haram. Book is a sin. Do you understand that now? Now, book being a sin, Nigeria, as a country that is not Islamic country, Boko Haram said, because of that, all of us must die if we don't know that Sharia is the ultimate. Don't let them deceive you. That is the agenda. That was what brought Boko Haram. Then you have a minister in Nigeria today, who is practicing what they called, and they are not telling you that, what they called. Let me see if I can cover this. This is the full part. It is called Ashiga Yara, a Hausa term that means to participate in governance and correct it until you get enough power to dismantle the entire system and replace it with Sharia. According to them, jihad isn't entirely ruled out, but it has its time. The jihad that they are bringing, or they have already brought, that jihad is just to participate in that government. They will correct things. They will tell you, this is nonsense. This is rubbish. This is against Islam. This is against the Hadith. This is against that. Okay? And in that regard, they put people who can put their own ideas in. Make them ministers. Make them advisors. Elect them as senators. Elect them as governors. Elect them as people that can influence things. Participate. Pretend to be one Nigeria. Then when you have the power, dismantle the, as Buhari not dismantle the entire system. Do you have judiciary anymore? Do you have the legislature anymore? Do you have any security anymore? Do you have any system working anymore? The civil society organizations, the people who are always forming opposition, whenever government is doing nonsense, where are they? They have dismantled everything. They dismantled to the point that they dismantled opposition. Do you understand? That is the purpose. When you participate, once you gain enough power, how did they gain enough power? Before Patan Tami became this, so watch this. Before Patan Tami became your Minister of Communication, and I'm going to tell you the power, that power we are talking about, all right? So, this is the formation how they took over the security and the government and every decision that has to do with Nigeria, okay? And after taking everything over, the only thing they could give everybody is insecurity, banditry, killings, kidnappings, ruined economy, joblessness, poverty, corruption. After taking over, read this, so they have a structure of, they call it security structure, okay? That security structure is made up of those they claim the president trusts, those who understand how to protect Nigeria. Listen to their names. Watch
We
this.
call them the National Security Council. At the head, Mr. President, elected, a northerner. Next, Chief of Staff, Ibrahim Gambari, brilliant people, a northerner. Next, National Security Advisor, Monguno, a northerner. Next, Minister of Defense, Magashi, a northerner. Next, the Chief of Defense Staff, Erabo, a southerner. Chief of Army Staff, Atahiru, a northerner. Chief of Navy Staff, Gambo, a northerner. Chief of Air Staff, Amao, a southerner. The DSS Director General, a northerner. DG National Intelligence Agency, a northerner. So your National Security Council, 11. We have 9 northerners, 2 southerners. Look, I'm telling you as a practitioner, a former governor of the state, a general, I'm 70 years old. When you go to such meeting, those 2 southerners, they are just there as onlookers. They are there as onlookers. What do they want to say when the northern bloc has 9? And you say southern bloc has 2. What does it go now?
Now, look at your screen. You see their faces of those he mentioned, okay? And those that has been replaced with another northerner when he removed them, right? These are the people who brought insecurity to Nigeria. These are the people who are giving terrorists amnesty. Are you with me? Watch that screen.